Welcome everyone to this week's edition of Where is Your Stop? It's January 28th, 2015, and as always, let's dive right in. So in this past week in the hawking perspective, we ended up talking about one of the news announcements was how China's market had gone down 8%, right? It was huge news, and everybody kind of wigged out, and essentially wanted to talk about a unique asset class within China that's kind of gone under the radar, but has really been an outperformer compared to a lot of asset classes in the world today. So what we're going to look at is we're going to look at essentially ASHR, and that is basically 300 stocks that is their Class A stock. 300 companies of their Class A stock that are on the Shenzhen and the Shanghai index in China. And so in terms of the last signal that we got on that market was actually all the way back in here in February of 2014. And as you can see, our stop was very much outside the noise. It did not look good. It looked like ASHR was about to, go down and hit our stop, and then all of a sudden just went completely lifeless. Yet just sat there right at a 22 valuation. Most likely, this was a what they would call a basing situation, where institutions were, gently gobbling that thing up very quietly. And then once we had that breakout, finally we started to move a little bit, and then bam, we've just had this absolute explosion to the upside. And so you can see that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for a good 5 months, we didn't move our stop. I mean, it literally stayed in the exact same spot, and that's because volatility became lifeless along with the volume. And then even whenever we moved up, we finally played a quick game of catch up, really limiting the size of that loss if it decided to come back down after such a good break. And then once again, we don't move that stop for like another 4 months, and then finally this thing goes into almost a parabolic phase. And as it's skyrocketing to the upside, volatility is increasing, which means that yes, we are moving up our stop, but we are also giving that guy the room to run. You can see that we are very wide from where it is at right now. For a lot of people, that makes them nervous, but we don't know. This thing could be on its way to 50. And it's not going to go there in a straight up manner, which means that this volatility is going to take a long time to work itself out. Of course, if it starts to go quiet, obviously we're going to start moving that stop up real quick, and most likely we're going to be moving it up outside that noise right in here, depending upon what our rules say. So you never know. The saying goes that there's a bull market somewhere, right? And this is just kind of an interesting example that was counterintuitive to what we saw in the news recently. All right, guys, to staying outside the noise and to beating random. Look forward to talking with you next week.